Okay, let's get right into this outro solo. It's kind of a long solo. It's kind of extended, especially if you see him do it live. But this one's in B minor. And we're going to start with, basically he just plays this D power chord, the 4th string open, 2 on the 3rd, 3 on the 2nd string. Coming in with that. And then he's going to kick into the actual solo. The first note he hits the little harmonic on it. Little just, you got to find that spot on your guitar, but that is, you do that by hitting the pick and the edge of the skin at the same time on this harmonic node point. It's kind of like a haphazard thing, just kind of happened in the recording, I guess. But we have, so 7 and 9 on the 3rd string, and then you bend the 9 up a whole step. Then do the bend again, release to the 9, release, pull off to the 7, so we got this. And you saw that I just picked the 9 a few times, pull off the 7, come over to the 9 on the 4th string, and then come back to that 7 on the 3rd, and do a quick little, it's kind of just bend it a little, it's like a quarter step. And then kill those notes. So we have this. Then we slide up to the 10th position with your 2nd finger at the 11th fret on the 3rd string. Then that 10 with your 1st finger on the 2nd string. And you play that twice, but you're sliding into that first 11. Then to the 12 on the 2nd string, and then do, that's a 1.5 step bend. So what I did there was, picked it flat first, and up a 1.5 steps, so it's going to make it sound like that note at the 15th fret. Come back down with that bend, and pull off to 10. With your 1st finger at 10, back to the 12, reach over and grab this 10 on the 1st string and do one of those quarter step bends on it again. Really quick and kill it. So we have this. And then we come back down. So that ends that phrase, and this is this. 7 on the 3rd string, 9, and then bend and release on that 9, pull back off to 7, and then come over to the 9 on the 4th string. A lot of this solo is going to be in this B minor pentatonic or blues scale position. Right here in the 7th fret. So you'll be seeing a lot of these notes over and over again. All right, so we then come to the 2nd string at 10 and 7, pull off from 10 to 7, play 9 on the 3rd string, back to 7 on the 2nd string, pull off 9 to 7, and then end it with a 9 on the 4th string again. I picked out like a downstroke, pull, down, up, down, pull, down. Then slide into the 9th fret with your 3rd finger on the 5th string, and then the 7 with your 1st finger on the 4th string. Pick that twice. And then I did a quick little pull off from 9 to 7 on the 4th string. Come over to the 7 on the 3rd, and then back to a pull off from 9 to 7 again. And then pick that 9. So we have this. All right. Now we have one of those rakes again like we did in the main solo. And that is just a rake across 2 strings though, the 7th fret on the 2nd and 1st string. Make sure that's just one movement in the picking hand. And you separate the notes from the left hand is where is the hand that separates the notes. Then you do that, you pick the 9, and then half step bend on the 9. Then come down, 7 on the first, 10 on the second, again, and bend that 10 the second time. So if we get this. Then we do that pull off from 10 to 7 again. And with landing on the 9 on the third string with your third finger. And then we start this little blues lick. That's going down kind of through the B blues scale. So we have bend at the 9th fret, then 7, 7, your second string 7 in the first. Do that pull off from 10 to 7 again. Over landing on, and when you get to the 9 on the third string again, you're going to bend it up a whole step. So we have this. Then you're going to do that bend at the 9 again and release it. And pull off to 7. So we have. Come over to the 9 on the 4th string, do a roll to the 9 on the 3rd. Just picking these notes here. And then the 7 on the 3rd string, give it a little one of those quarter step bends again. And then we have 9, 7, 9, pull off to 8 on the 5th string, pick 7 on the same string, come back to 5 on the 5th string as well, come over to 7 on, so we have this, all on the 5th string, and then 7 on the 6th, back to the 5 on the 5th string. That's the end of the phrase. So we got this. Then you're going to go to the 3rd string, pick that kind of staccato 7th fret, then do a pull off at the, a bend at the 9 again, and then grab that 7 on the 1st string. And then do that pull off from 10 to 7 again, landing on the 9 on the 3rd string again. And then bend, release, and pull off to 7 on the 3rd, and back to that 9. This lick is kind of similar to the one we just did. So we had this. It's going to give it a little bit different feel. Then we got back to the roll to the 9, and that 7 quarter step bend. And so we have, after that 7, pull off 9 to 7, then 9, pick 9 again, slide it to 7, 5, and then 7, 5, pull off, come over to the 7 on the 6th string, and then the 5th fret again on with vibrato on the 5th string, and then end it with a quick 7th fret right there. So we have this whole lick is then you're at that 7 already, slide it to the 9 on the 5th string, and then come over to the 4th string, 7th fret, hit it 3 times. Pull off 9 to 7, and that's just doing that quarter step bend on the 3rd string, 7 again, then back down to that 9 on the 4th string. Then come back up to the 7 on the 3rd string, and we have this. And that is basically just, after you got to that 7, whole step bend of the 9, 7, 7. We've done this lick before. And then 10 on the 2nd string. But this time, instead of pulling off the 7, just go straight to the 9 on the 3rd string. Whole step bend again. Grab the 7 on the 2nd string. 7 on the 3rd. And then the 9th. So we get it. All right. And then we have one of these licks again, very similar to the first blues lick we did. These are blues-based licks, so they're kind of random, and so you don't have to get them absolutely perfect. I mean, it's just more about the effect. I mean, we're trying to do it note for note here, but don't worry about it if it all seems to be running in together. I mean, he kind of does it a little different every time himself. But we have this same 9, 7, 7 lick again with a pull off of the 10 to 7, and then 9 on the 3rd, same lick. And then the same bend. You've seen that before. The lick is exactly the same, except we're not going to do the pull off here. We're going to pick these notes. That 9, 8, 7, 5. Coming to the 7 on the 6th string. Pull off 5 to 0. And then hit the 3, 7, the strings here at the 7th fret of the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th string. Ball with your 1st finger, and then play 9 on the 4th string, and we're going to do that a few times. And when you play that 7, kind of bend them down a little bit, so let's get a little quarter step bend. Just going back and forth between the two, and then let's do the 9, bend at the 9th fret, pull off the, release it, pull off the 7, down to 9, hammer 9, 7 to 9 on 3rd. Come over to the 7 on the 1st, and that's just here, pull off 10 to 7 on the 2nd string, and then do a bend at the 10.